Here we go.
Hello and welcome to Bounding into Comics. My name is John Trent. I'm the founder and editor-in-chief at Bounding into Comics. Today I got a story about Marvel Studios and Disney releasing a brand new featurette for their upcoming Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness film titled Wanda Returns featurette. And this featurette very clearly exposes one of Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige's biggest lies. So we're going to go back into the past a little bit here. If you recall, Kevin Feige explained to Rolling Stone that Doctor Strange was cut from their Disney Plus show WandaVision because he was white and male, and that Kevin Feige didn't want to commoditize WandaVision for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Rolling Stone's Brian Hyatt asked Feige and WandaVision writer Jack Schaefer, Wanda's story will continue in 2022's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, but again, the two projects were almost linked much more directly. Schaefer initially responded saying, the plan when I came on board was that there would, at the end of the series, be a handoff and that Doctor Strange's participation would amount to essentially a short cameo. So early outlines had varying versions of the two of them, Wanda and Doctor Strange, kind of riding off into the sunset together, and it didn't feel quite right. Schaefer continued saying, we wanted to fulfill Wanda's agency and autonomy within this particular story, so it did feel a little tacked on. Another problem was if Doctor Strange shows up at just the end, where was he this whole time? I did love writing variations of Doctor Strange, variations on those final beats. It was a pleasure to write for him. There were versions where she was flying past the city limits and then encountered Doctor Strange, that kind of thing. Feige would then respond saying, some people might say it would have been so cool to see Doctor Strange, but it would have taken away from Wanda, which is what we didn't want to do. He then revealed why they really cut Doctor Strange, saying, we didn't want the end of the show to be commoditized to go to the next movie, or here's the white guy, let me show you how power works. That wasn't what we wanted to say. He then detailed, so that meant we had to reconceive how they meet in that movie, and now we have a better ending on WandaVision than we initially thought of, and a better storyline in Doctor Strange. And that's usually how it works, which is to lay the chess pieces the way you want them to go in a general fashion, but always be willing and open to shifting them around to better serve each individual one. The idea that Feige didn't want to include Doctor Strange because he and Marvel, quote, didn't want the end of the show to be commoditized to go to the next movie was clearly a bald-faced lie, given Marvel Studios built its connected universe by doing just that with its films, beginning with Iron Man teasing the Avengers in a post-credit scene. If that wasn't enough, Feige literally promoted Disney Plus at Brazil's CCXP 2019 by specifically noting that they would use the shows and movies to promote each other. He said, after Endgame, thinking, what can we do next? Disney Plus is going to give us this opportunity to tell even deeper stories with characters you already know and love in a new type of cinematic way that we haven't done before. We've already started shooting two of them, and they're very, very special. And it all, for the first time, will interlink. So the MCU will be on your TV screen at home on Disney Plus and interconnect with the movies to go back and forth. It's exciting to expand the MCU into even bigger and better heights. So clearly, he was already promoting Disney Plus shows to be commoditized into the films and vice versa. So this new Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness featurette further exposes Feige's lie by opening with scenes from WandaVision, clearly trying to commoditize both ways. First, by letting moviegoers who haven't seen WandaVision know that they might be missing out on something before they go see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And second, it lets people who have seen WandaVision know that Scarlet Witch's journey continues in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And if they want to see her story continue, they probably should go see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The featurette makes this abundantly clear as it opens with Vision asking, what is grief if not love persevering? And when he's asking that, you also get a brief clip, or at least what appears to be a brief clip from the early episodes of WandaVision, where they're in black and white, and they're kind of aping those classic sitcoms. Not only does it show a clip of WandaVision, but Elizabeth Olsen references the show in the featurette saying, I think WandaVision was this journey of her for the first time, taking her own life into her own hands, and it was fun transitioning from her experience to this movie. Again, clearly trying to commoditize from WandaVision, and also trying to get people who are interested in Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness who haven't seen WandaVision to go see WandaVision. Ironically, WandaVision actually showed Olsen's Scarlet Witch character enslaving an entire town and putting them in the palm of her hands to create a twisted reality. She didn't take her own life into her own hands, she took the lives of the townspeople and put them into her hands. Olsen wasn't the only one to reference WandaVision in the featurette. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness director Sam Raimi did as well. Raimi makes it abundantly clear he and Marvel Studios are trying to commoditize the film through the show and the show through the film, saying we wanted to satisfy the WandaVision fans and take them to the next level with a character they love. So to me, this featurette is just another piece of evidence that shows Kevin Feige has no problem lying, especially when it's to justify racism and misandry, which he made abundantly clear that was the real reason why they decided to cut Doctor Strange. And it shouldn't come as a surprise. When you embrace immoral and racist ideology in your company, as Disney has done, it's going to eventually affect everyone in that company. Clearly, it's affecting Kevin Feige, and it's really hard to support a company that is pushing this stuff because you know it's also going to be pushed in their films, in their television shows, and they've made it abundantly clear that's exactly what they're going to do. Let me know what you think about this featurette being this piece of evidence. Just kind of being another piece of evidence exposing one of Kevin Feige's biggest lies that he's ever told. My name is John Trent, and you've been watching Bounding into Comics.